There's no man living that cannot do more than he thinks he can. Henry Ford. How to harness your potential and become great. Every one of us, irrespective of our background and past, has equal potential. The extent to which we are willing to maximize it makes the difference. Marianne Williamson said, "The difference between those people living their potential and those who don't is not the amount of potential itself, but the amount of permission they give themselves to live in the present." To harness your potential, you need to 1. Identify what you're good at or what you want to be good at. To unlock your potential, you have to find out what you're good at or what you would love to become good at. Find out what makes you stand out from the rest of the world. Are you someone who enjoys sports or physical activities, or someone who loves intellectual activities? The goal is to highlight your skills as much as possible. We are all good at few things, but there's one area we do exceptionally well. When you discover what that area is, you're well on your way to discovering your potential. 2. Master your craft. Once you have discovered where your strength lies, it's time to work it out. Mastering your craft means constantly practicing the one thing you have set out your mind to do until you become a recognized master in it. You have to be willing to invest your time, effort, and energy into developing your talents. Of course, it takes a lot of hard work, consistency, and patience, but it is achievable. Let's take some of the world's best athletes for instance. They didn't become the best by mere luck. It took them years of practice and total dedication. It's like the story of two farmers paid to cut down 2 trees, every man to his own tree. While Farmer A took time to sharpen his tools properly to ensure a smooth and easy cutting, Farmer B went ahead straight to start cutting. Eventually, Farmer A did a better job and spent far less time than Farmer B. Do you know why? Farmer A was wise enough to hone his craft, which was his tool in this case. Again, there is no man living that cannot do more than he thinks he can. He just has to be willing and ready to push himself. Also, honing one's craft or mastering one's craft means stepping out of your comfort zone. You have to be ready to do more than what others are doing and become extraordinary, to go an extra mile. It requires determination and focus, which is why so many people aren't living to their full potentials. They're not willing to either make sacrifices or step out of their comfort zone. Number 3. Explore the world of imagination. You have mastered your craft. What next? Think outside the box. How do you stand out from everyone else who is doing something similar to what you are doing? If you're only willing to go as far as everyone else, what happened to going farther than the rest of them? As a matter of fact, who says you have to go the same direction as others? However, we can only achieve if we think we can. There is no man living that cannot do more than he thinks he can. This means that as long as you think you can, then you can. Now, if this is the case, maybe it's time we started thinking more and exploring the world of imagination. When Celestine realized she could be like the man her friend told her about, the man who made money via his website, she wanted to be like him and do more. Celestine started to learn how to make websites by herself by reading online. She would spend late nights working on code, graphics, FTP, and consulting others in web hosting chat rooms. She learned a lot about online marketing and monetization. When she eventually created her own website, she built her content from scratch. 2 years later, she had created a total of 10 websites and had reached 500,000 visitors a month, an extremely high traffic milestone, and started getting checks from advertisers on a regular basis. How was Celestine, a regular girl, able to build 10 sites in 2 years even though she had no prior knowledge of programming and coding? The answer is simple. There is no man living that cannot do more than he thinks he can. Henry Ford. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please share it with your friends on social media. Thank you.